When we began the brainstorming for what we might want to do with our jailhouse informants coverage, one cool idea became clear. We were going to try to make this a huge enterprise story built from day one to be told on mobile. A goal like that really gave us some focus on the tools we'd use, while also making sure everything we did worked equally well in the Register's print edition and on our traditional website. Let's start with looking how it works on the desktop. For the last year or so, getting to our jail informants site, which we call the Snitch Tank, was just right here on the home page, up high, easy to find. Once you began scrolling on the desktop site, one of Jeff Gertson's amazing illustrations will zoom in. And then under that, we have all the different pieces, the same stuff we have on the mobile, our top stories and our ebook, and all those pieces are there. But it was really built to look great on mobile. So let's go look at that. So once you start scrolling down, you see our stories and latest news and all the different sorts of features. And what I'm going to do is just walk you through the whole thing. So one of the things we wanted to do is make the story pages just look great. So we have these amazing illustrations that we used in both print and online. They really pop here. And of course you can share it on social media and those sorts of things. And then all of the archives are just deep linked into every part of the story where that's important, or documents, or whatever we need. Even the pulled quotes become what we call share graphics, where if you click on them, it'll use that image when you share on Facebook or Twitter. Some of my favorite things are down here at the bottom. We knew we wanted to end the whole series with an ebook that kind of pulled it all together and tell it in a really non-traditional newspaper way, much more like In Cold Blood or something like that. And we got Ed Humes, who is an amazing writer, to write the book for us. And when you go to it on our mobile site, you can read Ed's book straight on the site itself. You can download it on Kindle. We've even made it so you can now download it on iTunes, and you can listen to it on as an audiobook. And you can get that on audible.com or download it on Amazon, or you can listen to it straight from the browser if your phone is connected to Bluetooth.
The Orange County Register presents Inside the Snitch Tank, a story of murder, misconduct, and justice delayed.
One of my favorite features on the mobile site is our video. We have this really adventurous photographer named Jeff Gertson who isn't afraid of much. When we knew we were going to do a documentary, we kind of had to do it our way, which meant we had to use our archives, and he's really good at using a remote-controlled helicopter to get shots, and we had all these hand-drawn images, so we knew we could make it distinctive and look cool, but we also wanted to make sure that it worked great on mobile. So the video was edited specifically for mobile. So the lower thirds are much bigger. Whenever we have text on the screen, there, all of that is much bigger. Every part of it was built to be.
He's still shooting right now. Long haircut. A gunman came in and killed a bunch of people that all were dying on the floor.
For the longest time, I've loved the 360-degree panoramic images that you can kind of steer. We wanted to do those for the Snitch Tank, but for access issues, we kind of had to be a little careful here. So the way we did that was we shot all of these things, and then we literally had Jeff Gertson redraw Jeff Gertson's images. You can even get a look inside of Scott DeCry's actual cell. We also really wanted to tap into our archives, so you can see our brief bio on the person and then all of his or her related stories. We also felt like we needed to deal with the timeline, like how all of this had happened. And we also wanted that to look great as well. And each part of the timeline clicks through to those stories from our archives. So how do you become a snitch? We wanted to explain that. We want to do it in this style. So when you visit the Snitch Pipeline part of our mobile site, it literally is built as a pipeline that walks you through the entire process. When you start to dig into this world, you realize there's a whole other vernacular. All these words that you've never heard before are common words that just mean a completely different thing once you're inside the world of jailhouse informants. So we wanted to look at all those different sorts of words. The Supreme Court has long dealt with the use of jailhouse informants. It's even something outlined in the Constitution with the right to a fair trial. So we wanted to look at all of those key cases as well. And then there were our archives. You could just read everything we've ever written, or you could go to a specific case. So all of it was built to be easy to access on the mobile phone.